everyone, and welcome to this new episode of Rink-Side with Hits and Clips. Well, in this episode, we are going to be recapping what went down in the 2025 Calder Cup playoffs and who's our Calder Cup champion for this year. In the next episode, I am going to be recapping the 2025 NHL Stanley Cup Finals between the Edmonton Oilers and the Florida Panthers. And then the episode after that will be the new released news coming from the Ontario Junior Hockey League, the OJHL, in the relocation of the Toronto Junior Canadiens to Newmarket, Ontario. And that team will be starting their new season coming in the fall. So a whole lot of details to come, but in the meantime, we are going to be covering and recapping the 2025 Calder Cup playoffs. So we're going to start off with the Eastern Conference Finals, and that was between the Laval Rockets and the Charlotte Checkers. This is the Montreal Canadiens and the Carolina Hurricanes AHL teams. So it was the Charlotte Checkers who defeated the Laval Rockets in 4 games, sweeping the Rockets, and the Checkers, well, they move on to the Calder Cup Finals as they win that series in just 4 games. Well, let's break down the series of what occurred. Well, on Wednesday, May 28th, it was Charlotte who defeated Laval 5-1, taking a 1-0 series lead. On Thursday, May 29th, it was Charlotte who defeated Laval once again. They defeat the Rockets 5-2, taking a 2-0 series lead. We head to Charlotte for the next 2 games, and on Sunday, June 1st, it was Charlotte who once again defeated Laval, winning that game 5-1. They take a 3-0 series lead, and they can finish off Laval in Game 4 on Tuesday, June 3rd, and that's exactly what they did as they eliminate the Laval Rockets 3-2 with a final score in Game 4. They sweep Laval to end that series, and the Charlotte Checkers are on their way to the Calder Cup Finals. Well, let's break down the Western Conference Finals series, and that was between the Abbotsford Canucks and the Texas Stars, the Vancouver Canucks and the Dallas Stars AHL teams. And it was the Abbotsford Canucks who ended up defeating Texas with a final series of 4-2. Abbotsford will take on the Charlotte Checkers in the 2025 Calder Cup Finals. And let's just see how this series unfolded. Well, on Thursday, May 29th, for game number 1, it was Abbotsford who defeated Texas 3-2 in overtime, and they take a 1-0 series lead. Well, we go to game 2 on Saturday, May 31st, and it was Abbotsford who once again defeated Texas, but this time it was a 1-0 score. We move over to Texas for games 3, 4, and 5, and on Monday, June 2nd for game 3, it was Texas who defeated Abbotsford 5-2, and they make it a 2-1 series at this point. We go to game 4 on Wednesday, June 4th. In double overtime, it was the Abbotsford Canucks who defeated the Texas Stars 5-4, and Abbotsford has a chance to eliminate Texas in Game 5 to move on to the finals. Well, on Friday, June 6th, it was Texas who defeated Abbotsford 2-1 in overtime, and they keep their season alive as we head to game number 6 on Sunday, June 8th. And Abbotsford, well, they're going to wrap this up as they defeat Texas 4-2. They win the series 4-2 in 6 games, and we officially have our 2025 Calder Cup Final series set, as it will be the Charlotte Checkers and the Abbotsford Canucks. Well, our 2025 Calder Cup Finals is set as we had a final 6 games where it was the reigning Abbotsford Canucks, the Vancouver Canucks AHL team is your 2025 Calder Cup champion. Yes, a team from Canada actually won the American Hockey League. Let's just see if they can do it in the NHL this time. Well, on Friday, June 13th, it was the Abbotsford Canucks who defeated Charlotte 4-3 in double overtime, and they take a 1-0 series lead at this point. We move to game number 2 on Sunday, June 15th. Also happening in overtime, it was Charlotte who defeated Abbotsford 3-2, and at this point, the series is tied at 1 apiece. We moved to game 3 on Tuesday, June 17th, and it was Abbotsford who just completely crushed Charlotte with a final score of 6-1. Abbotsford takes their series lead back 2-1. We go to game 4 on Thursday, June 19th, and Abbotsford once again will win this game 3-2 in regulation, and they take a commanding 3-1 series lead at this point. We go to Saturday, June 21st, And it was Charlotte who keeps their season alive, hoping to claim that Calder Cup. But they end up winning this game 4-3 in overtime, which means we are going to need a game 6. So we move to Monday, June 23rd, and Abbotsford wins a close game 3-2 in regulation. And the Abbotsford Canucks are your 2025 Calder Cup champions. So congratulations to the Abbotsford Canucks. This is a team that's been recently added to the community of Abbotsford, and so they win their first Calder Cup in franchise history. And it's a really great accomplishment for this Canucks organization because not just was Abbotsford able to win this and represent all of Canada and win the American Hockey League this year, but this is a new beginning for this franchise as they claim that first Calder Cup of their franchise in the American Hockey League. So if you ended up watching the Calder Cup playoffs, how was your predictions? How did your playoff bracket turn out? Be sure to let us know down in the comments. But thank you everyone so much for tuning into this episode. The next one, I will be recapping the NHL playoffs for a rematch of last year's Stanley Cup Finals between the Edmonton Oilers and the Florida Panthers. So thanks everyone, and we will see you again soon.